Hello everybody, I'm here to finally do another book haul for you. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos, so I thought this would be fun, and I have a lot of books to show, so I need to get into it right now. The first two books I got were from the library, and the first one is Glimpse by Carol Lynch Williams. And I just finished this book last night. I really enjoyed it. I will be doing a review of this on We Read Books in a few days, on Thursday, so look forward to that. The next book I got is The Vast Fields of Ordinary by Nick Bird. This is about a boy named Dave, who is, he just graduated high school, he's about to start college, and he has a crappy job and a boyfriend who's kind of sucky, I guess, in a way. He doesn't want to acknowledge his relationship with him, and he actually might have a girlfriend, which is pretty shitty. And his parents are on the verge of a breakup, so it sounds really, really dark, and it's about how he copes with all that crap that he has to go through in his life, and I like these kinds of stories. They're like coming-of-age stories, and they're realistic, and they're dark, and they're awesome. And a little fun tidbit, the author of this book actually acknowledged Nick Bird at the end of this book, so that's pretty cool. I thought that was coincidental that I got both books at the library at the same time. And the book that I bought recently, or actually I didn't buy this, my parents got it for me when they were in Spokane, and that was Run the Game by Jason Myers. I'm so excited to read this one. I love this author. He's amazing. He's dark, and he doesn't pull his punches at all, so I'm really, really excited to read this one. I honestly don't know much about it at all. I usually just go into his books without knowing what they're about, because that's more impactful for me, and it makes me feel more emotion, I think, that way, because I don't want to spoil myself, even though the back might not spoil anything. So, I don't know, the weirdness in my life, so yeah. Then I got I'll Be There, which is by Holly Goldberg Sloan. And I saw this in Melissa's recent haul, and I hope that I will enjoy it, and I hope that Melissa will enjoy it, because it looks really good. It's about a boy named Sam and a girl named Emily, and it's kind of like how they meet, and then also kind of how their relationship develops, and I think something bad happens to them, and they have to go on the run, and then they get lost in the wilderness, and yeah, it sounds kind of dark, kind of like a realistic fiction. It kind of reminds me of Dead End in a way, but I don't know. I haven't read this book yet, so I don't know much about it, but it sounds interesting, and I hope we both like it, Melissa, because it looks good, so I hope so. The next two books were kind of splurges, kind of impulse buys, because they were so cheap. And that's Frostbite by Rochelle Mead, as well as Blood Promise, which is the fourth book. This is the second book in the series. This is the fourth one. And both of these books were really cheap. This was only $3.50, which was amazing, I thought, for a hardcover. I think that is just absolutely insanely awesome. And the funny thing about this one, I actually paid the price for New Moon, because this sticker right here, it says, used Meyer Stephanie New Moon $5.49. So, in a way, I kind of got ripped off of 50 cents, but, oh well. It's still good, I guess, so whatever. Okay, the next book I got is Breathe My Name by R.A. Nelson, and I saw that Melissa liked this book. I think it was in her bookshelf tour on her old channel. I don't think she ever reviewed it, but I remember she mentioned it was good, so I'm excited to read it. I don't know much about it, though, but I trust Melissa's judgment, because Melissa is awesome. Then I picked up Losing Faith by Denise Hayden, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, I'm sorry. And this is about a girl named Bree, whose sister Faith dies suddenly. I don't know how she dies, but I guess there's some sort of mystery to her death, and it's about the grief process, and also finding out how she died. So that sounds really interesting. It's a Simon Pulse book, which I know that Melissa loves Simon Pulse books, and I do too, so it's bound to be awesome, right? Then I picked up a really, really, really cheap book, Nothing by Yane Teller. This was $1.25 for a hardcover book. I think that is absolutely amazing. I love Hastings. And this book is about a boy who, or maybe it's a girl. Is it a boy or a girl? I forget. Pierre, so it's a boy. And he decides that his life is kind of crap, and he doesn't want to go on with his life. He thinks it's meaningless. So he climbs a tree and doesn't come down. And I think that's really interesting, and I find that the thought of, like, a person wanting to give up on life is kind of intriguing to me, and also sad, because I don't want that. I don't wish that on anyone. So I'm really interested in seeing what this is about and how it goes, because it looks interesting. It looks dark and sad, but I like that kind of stuff, I guess. Then my mom got me The Best of Jack London, which I'm so excited to finally have. I've been wanting one of Jack London's collections for a long time. I love Jack London, especially, the only book actually I've read by him is Call of the Wild, so I'm happy to have like his, I guess this isn't really his complete works, but it's as complete as it's going to get. I don't think they're ever going to have a whole complete set. And it has pictures in it, and it's really, really cool. I'm really excited to read all these stories, and it's 25 stories and 5 novels, so that's really cool. The next book I'm super, super, super excited about because I love this author to death, and that is Boyfriends with Girlfriends by Alex Sanchez. And this is a book about 4 teens who are trying to find their place in the world and with one another. That's the tagline, actually. I just read that right off there. I'm so professional. And it's about bisexual characters, I believe. That's what I've heard about it. I think that Blythe loved this book. That's her name. Yes. She did a review on it a while back, and this looks really, really interesting. I've never read a book about bisexual characters before, which is crazy because they're not uncommon, so yeah, and I have a bisexual friend, so that's awesome. But yeah, anyway, I'm really, really interested in watching this or reading this book. It looks really good, and yeah, I love this author. And then I also found, oh my god, I'm so excited, I found another one of his books, So Hard to Say by Alex Sanchez, again, same author. And this is about a boy named Frederick who, he's like new to school, and this girl kind of falls in love with him, named Zio, that's her name, and he is kind of like awkward because he's actually in love with a guy, so I think that's really, really interesting, and also kind of sad because that would be freaking horrible if some girl fell in love with me and I'd have to tell her I was gay, so yeah, I'm intrigued, but kind of sad a little bit. But yeah, I love Alex Sanchez, he is amazing. I loved Bait. If you haven't read Bait yet, you really, really should, it's so good. Keeping with the theme of LGBT literature, I also got Define Normal by Julianne Peters. And this is about a girl named Antonia, and she is kind of this, I don't know if I would call her preppy, but she's a peer counselor at school, and she meets a girl named Jasmine, who is kind of like this punk rocker. She's addicted to drugs, and she's kind of like the bad girl of the school, and then they kind of form a relationship, a kind of like friendship bond. So I think that's really interesting, and I really want to read this. I really love the title, Define Normal. I think that's awesome, because what is normal, right? And I still have to read Luna by her, but I'm really interested in reading this one too, so hopefully I like it. Then I got Just One Wish by Jeanette Rallison. Again, I'm sorry if I pronounce any of these authors' names wrong, I apologize, but this one is also another bargain book. I got it for $3, so I had to. It's about a girl named Annika who I think that her brother is sick in the hospital, and she decides to go to Hollywood to find this actor that he loves and is obsessed with, and bring him back to him to kind of cheer him up a little bit. And that sounds really sweet and kind of like a fun light read. I'm really interested in reading it. I might read it soon because it's a summer read, kind of light, so I'm interested in reading this. This looks good. And then the last book I got is Before I Die by Jenny Downham, and I loved her other book, You Against Me, so I am really excited to read her debut book. This is about a girl who has cancer, I think. I'm pretty sure it's cancer. Well, it doesn't say for sure, but she has a terminal disease, and she decides to make this like bucket list to do all these things before she dies, and I think that's really, really compelling and sad. And you all know that I love The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, so this kind of reminds me of it in a way. Same kind of themes of, dying and living life to the fullest, and I really love that kind of uplifting kind of attitude about life. I really like that. So it looks interesting and dark and sad, but I love Jenny Downham, so I'm really happy to have this finally, and I'm looking forward to reading it. And that's my book haul. I am tired, like seriously, legit tired. So I'm going to go and take a nap or something, because I'm tired. Let me know if you've read any of these books. I will hopefully review them all at some point, but there are so many that I need to read. So, I don't know, what do you want me to read first? I don't know, I'll ask that to you guys, because I want to read one of these, but I don't know which, so yeah. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this. I will see you guys next time, and I hope you have a wonderful day. So, yeah. Goodbye, guys. I love you.